With a good solid foundation of functional core work or pressurization, let's begin working on the fitness aspect. So we're just going to go through some classic core training exercises. We're going to go through a dead bug, a bird dog, and a side bridge. But the goals are really the same. It's just being able to create that intra-abdominal pressure and to hold it and breathe through it in these different positions. And these different positions will just put stress on different areas of your pop can, so you can make sure you're strong throughout in that 360 degrees. So you're just biasing certain areas, but you are training them all at the same time. You always have that brace. So let's begin with the dead bug. With all of them, you have to think of position first, or at least it helps you to get into the right areas and create good pressure. So you'll go chin tucked to begin with, you're wide through your collarbone, you've got your ribs exhaled down, and then you can put a little bit of pressure, mild bit of pressure, on your low back into the ground. Same rules apply as when we worked on our breathing. If you can't keep your head in this position, it's okay to have a slight elevation or have something prop your head up, Now, once we're in that position, let's start with that brace, that intra-abdominal pressure. We've created it, and now you're going to hold and breathe through it. So your goal through the dead bug is to maintain core pressure, and it's to maintain ground pressure. So you can feel whatever it is under your low back, you have that mild bit of pressure or squish there, that's what you're going to hold. Now let's start with the easiest version. We're going to just do leg lifts. As you lift one leg, you're going to inhale deeply against this pressure with maintaining that pressure on your low back. Then you're going to exhale fully, trying to keep that expansion, and you're going to go side to side. Now, when you're doing core training, you should be able to breathe, at least the core training that we have. If you're going into a position and you can't breathe in that position, then you don't really own that position. It's just a temporary strategy that you've used to basically stabilize there. So however long it takes you to reach those full inhales and exhales, and you're making sure as your leg comes up, you don't increase pressure on the ground, and as your leg goes down, you don't decrease that pressure on the ground, or you don't feel your low back press in harder when your leg goes up and lift off as it goes down. So these core exercises we're doing, our goal is to move from the hips and shoulders, not from the spine right now. Now, if you want to level it up, you can get both legs up. You've got intra-abdominal pressure, slight bit of floor pressure. You exhale to put that leg towards the ground. You inhale to bring it back. And you can even do both legs. And you can do the arms. So with the arms, you're going to lose that feedback, but by this point, you should have a good sense of what it feels like to create that pressurization. So line yourself up, create that pressure. From here, if you're doing the arms, I want you to think wide back. So you're reaching your armpits up to the ceiling while keeping your chin tucked, without rolling forward, just creating that width through your back, that depression in the front, and then you exhale. You go to whatever point you can go to before you lose your connection with the floor, before you lose that constant pressure. So this is going to be what you're thinking about when you do a dead bug. It's that maintenance of core pressure, maintenance of pressure on the floor, which is not a crushing and it's not hovering off, and then it's being able to move from the hips and the shoulders while holding that there. So you will be biasing the muscles in the front. You will be training and strengthening those muscles. But again, we're strengthening on top of good function.